So, there is another aspect that we really need to be aware about before we can create a really good habit of giving feedback. It is that part of us wants things to stay the same. We want to have status quo. Things are predictable, life is predictable. So when we shall create a new habit, new skills, we need to see that part of us, to understand it. There's part of us that wants things to stay the same. We know what we have, but we don't know what we will get. Because in life, we need things to be predictable to a certain degree. There are research saying that 90% of our choices are on autopilot, which means that we're not making conscious choices. Because we need to handle life when we're driving the car, meeting colleagues, etc. Otherwise, we will be overwhelmed by all these choices. To be able to break then some of our habits and to create a habit of feedback, we need to become more present in life. So what does it mean to be present? It's your own ability to be here and now with all your capacity, all your senses, to not think about the future or the past, to be here fully. That's ability we can develop pretty easy, but it requires discipline into developing it. It is like a muscle that can grow. It can be simple exercises to look at the candle for 1 minute without thinking. You're looking at it, and every time a thought comes up, then you let go of the thought and come back to the candle. That's going to increase your ability to be focused, concentrated. We call these exercises mindfulness. It's becoming more and more popular now. That develops your ability to be present. So let's look into the challenge of being present on a deeper level with the help of a PowerPoint. So let's look into why it can be tricky to be present. It has to do with our mental function, part of our mind, because our mental function has a tendency to wander in time. Sometimes it can go back into the past. Even if we're sitting in front of a person, you may suddenly think, I forgot to send the email this morning, or I forgot to bring my child to the daycare center. So even if you are sitting in front of a person, your mind may sometimes go back into the past. It can also move into the future. What shall I buy for dinner tonight? I wonder who's going to go in the hockey game tonight. I hope I have time to see it. So suddenly you see your mind wanders in time. Then you're not present in the moment, here and now with the person. It's natural, because we need our mental function to organize life, to plan things, etc. So we need to develop an additional quality of being present to bring you back into the here and now. Because only when you're here and now, you can really listen to other people. So I would like you to reflect on how can you become even more present in your life, in your work. Because if you can be present, you have more ability to change patterns, to create new habits, and try new things. But for most people, it doesn't come naturally. They need to have some kind of practice, some kind of discipline. And most people have something, consciously and unconsciously, to clear the mind, to slow down the mind, because the mind sometimes is like a chattering monkey. You need to slow it down to come back into the moment. Some people go out in nature, to a beautiful spot at the ocean. Other people go running. And other people may use mindfulness exercises just to develop that muscle to become more present. So I want you to reflect on what is your unique way of becoming more present to increase your ability to do that. Take a minute to reflect on that.